Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here at CAVOK Racing Network for yet another exciting race. One of the last ones here in this season, and I am curious to see what we're going to see here in Sonoma. Of course, I am not by myself. We have Charlie here in the booth. Charlie, welcome. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great, Pim. Had a nice long weekend. Ready to get this ATC action in.
Yeah, I do have to say, the field has hit the summer, I think. We have a slower or smaller plaque, but it gives us a lot of opportunity to have a good look around and see what those drivers can do. I think we just started qualification. Am I right in that?
Yep, they're pulling out on track right now.
Oh, and it's always that qualification that is fun over here because we do have open qualification. While they're still warming up, maybe it's a good quick look to have what this lap is actually doing in Sonoma.
Welcome to Wine Country, home of Sonoma Raceway, located in the Sonoma Mountains in sunny California. Built in 1968 after a hunting trip between two friends, Sonoma Raceway was originally named Sears Point. Sonoma Raceway also has a full-length NHRA drag strip, hosting 330-mile-per-hour top fuel and funny car dragsters. This beautiful facility hosts races year-round, including NASCAR, NHRA, the Trans Am Series, SCCA, and of course, the 24 Hours of Lemons. The current lap record of 1 minute 22 seconds was set in 2005 by Marco Warner, driving an Audi R8 LMP1. The current TCR lap record of 1 minute 49 seconds was set in 2020 by Tyler Maxon driving a Hyundai Veloster N. Offering blind crests, hills, and sweeping switchback corners, these Alpha Touring Challenge drivers will have 60 minutes to battle for the glory of winning at Sonoma. With 47,000 fans watching, points have never been more important, having only 3-point opportunities remaining. Anything can happen with so much on the line. Will we see a first-time winner or will we see a familiar name? After 60 minutes of naked aggression, we will certainly find out.
All right, interesting lap. And especially this late in the season, we're going to see some spectacular things. And while I'm doing that, we do see the first drivers coming in, Charlie. It is very close. We see a couple of groups driving around.
Yeah, these guys are about halfway through their opening lap here, so next time around, these laps will count. Start getting some numbers on the board and see where we stand speed-wise.
I'm curious to see. We have some new drivers in. Patrick Elgrand. I haven't heard from him yet. Looks like a really cool livery.
Can't quite read what it says on the visor. Moose on the loose. Nice.
Oh, we do see times coming in. Wojciech Swiatovic on that first place. Micah Hendricks takes that second place like it is in the standings. And of course, then we see Logan McKenzie on third position. Francois Schink. It looks like they are doing the complete standings over here.
Yeah, matching up the speed pretty well. I also noticed that the slug is right back to where he left off, sitting P7 right now, P8.
Oh, that's actually nice to see him back. Haven't seen him in a while, but always a driver that you need to be careful. He is the one that really shows some craft in racing. Always afraid when he's driving behind you. He's currently on that 10th position. I'm sure that he will get a better position. On the moment, it is still Swiatovic. Swiatovic is driving on his own. Doesn't have any draft on the moment. But I don't think draft is going to be here the major part.
No, definitely not.
While we do see Wojciech Swiatovic coming over the line, I do want to wait for his time and see if that's any quicker than that 1:19.0 that he has on the moment.
He's got Micah Hendricks right behind him, so we're going to get both of them right on top. Connor Acetella, Francois Schenk, Logan McKenzie, Matt Zepka all just crossed the line.
Yeah, and we do see that Swiatovic has that quickest time, and we do have to keep an eye on the thermometer because last time we were wondering why it was they didn't improve anymore. but certainly the times have went a lot up because of the weather. And I think that's one of the things that we definitely will look out for. But on the moment, it seems that everybody goes a little bit quicker. Maybe it's a good look now to have a quick look at the overall standings. Because as we said, there is some interesting battles going on. Wojciech Swidovic is taking a demanding lead, but is it enough already to make it happen in this race? Micah Hendricks is coming straight after him, and then Logan McKenzie and Francois Sink fighting for that third position. I think there is some battling going on. I'm curious to see what Francois Sink can do after a couple of bad incidents in very good races. He keeps coming back in Zandvoort, but and then we see James Carr, David Bauer. They have a nice battle going on with their Matt Zepka and Raymond Choi have a nice battle for position number 7. So there are still some battles going on, I think.
Yeah, there's a few that are definitely still in this fight. Got everything to play for today. Getting a good finish. I think that, like you mentioned, Francois Schenk, and with a good solid finish today, he could definitely help close that gap.
Yeah, of course, and what to say about John Lozon? What a race he had in Zandvoort. I'm really curious what he can do today. He's currently on that 13th position. All the other drivers, I think, are a little bit checked out, so they will not come back into the other championship. But of course, we have the Delta Championship, and well, when we talk about the Delta Championship, we have to talk about Kurt Smith. He is currently not driving on the track. I don't see him. No, I don't see him. But he is already taking maybe some victory laps on this one, because he is taking a demanding lead over there. Erik Statzer has done well and is coming back to that second place. And then, of course, Mike de Almeida. I was wondering about him because I haven't seen him in a couple of times, but he is back on track. So curious to see what he can still do for that third position in the Delta race.
Yeah, he's definitely got a chance. Those guys all kind of missed. They got quite a bit of drop weeks and misses, so these guys are really close. Good finish today could help move him up.
Yeah, exactly. In the championship standings for the teams, it's basically done. Curb Your Enthusiasm Autosport is going to take the victory. Yellow Flag Motorsports is coming back from that third position. There is a hard battle with Breakfast for Dinner still over there, so we have to pay attention on those ones as well. But that's really all the battles that we have so far. Let's focus on that qualification. We still have 7 minutes and 40 seconds. I see Micah Hendricks is gonna take a lead. Look at that, he's right behind Wojciech Swidovic. So if there's any draft, then he will take it, but he is taking on the moment the lead over there.
Yeah, and as per the entire season right now, Micah Hendricks and Wojciech Swidovic are less than 2/10 separated, and we've still got 7 minutes and about 7 minutes left to go. So there's still time to get some laps in and improve on these times.
Yeah, I think the timing will be important now because it is a 60-minute race. So we have to make sure that you're in that front battle immediately, and then it's going to be I'm not sure, but it's going to be a lot of tactics. So what do you think about Swidovic? What does he need to do in this kind of race? It's 2 more races for the end. He has a 19-point lead. What would you do, Charlie?
Well, the problem that Wojciech has is Wojciech has a very low point scoring race as his drop week, and that's after this week. Once we get into the actual drop, Micah Hendricks is going to close the gap. So I think at this point you got to go out and win the race, right? If he beats Micah for the next 3 points races, then he's going to win the championship. There's not going to be anything Micah can do. So I think that's what you do in Wojciech's spot. Just go after it and show everybody that you're the top dog and you deserve that championship.
Yeah, or you're gonna look into the book of the slug and maybe just trying to freak him out. Why not drive behind him and just try to see if he can make that mistake that is so badly that maybe he has some damage on that car or anything like that. I'm curious to see Micah Hendricks. I don't think he's the kind of driver that does that. But that is the only way to make sure that Wojciech Swidovic is not taking that championship. But I'm also, I have to say, our champion or our rookie of the year, Raymond Choi, is back in that ugly colors. I can definitely now say it. But he's the fast rookie one on the moment. Great to see him back. Wojciech Swidovic is taking yet again another lead on that spot for Micah Hendricks. Look at that. He's going into the 1:18.4. It's 0.019 with Micah Hendricks.
Yeah, that's super close. That's like a bumper sticker.
But also don't forget about that battle with Francois Schink and Logan McKenzie. That's something that we need to pay attention about. Francois Schink can still come back into third position. And with such, I think it's the best championship here in ATC on the moment. We had a long streak of McKenzie winning everything, but nowadays it's Svinovic who is really going to take that victory, or is it going to be Micah Hendricks? Still everything to play for.
Yeah, and Logan and Francois Schenk have had a nice battles going back and forth. You know, at the end of the year here, everybody's really stepped it up. James Carr, he's sitting P6. Jerome Bajalas sitting P7. These guys are improving, and you know it's go time, and they got to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And when you say Jerome Bajalas, I always have to think about naked aggression. That's where we started with him. But it was last time John Lozon who really had that naked aggression with so many overtakes. He was a master over there, and I'm curious to see if that reflects in Sonoma. We're gonna see how that works.
Yeah, I have a feeling because this is a very similar track to Zandvoort, not just including the colors of the grass, but just kind of the layout and the way the hills are set and some of the cambered corners. I think that whoever did well last week at Zandvoort is probably going to do well here at Sonoma.
Yeah, definitely. I think so too, and we saw an exciting race then. I was really happy to see what I saw, the fighting that we had. We're looking a little bit to Eric Stutzer, who moved downwards to 14th position. But it is still the number 1 position for the Delta drivers. So I think that's a nice one. Maybe he can get that victory in over here. There are not that many Delta drivers up here. I see Mike De Almeida and Zach Perry are in there. So look at Zach Perry. I think Zach Perry has my favorite livery from these cars.
Well, he's certainly got some good colors. We all
I love
green.
That. That's not green. That's yellow.
It's high vis, right? Yeah, it's high vis yellow, but hey, close enough.
Oh man, don't talk about that because Matt Zepka will tell me everything about it. He's currently still on 9th position. I see some changes coming up. I think Bajalas improved, but they're all in that last minutes of the qualification. It's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So 1 or 2 laps if you're really pushing it.
Yeah, because they're running the NASCAR layout, it's a little bit shorter lap. I don't have a personal preference on which one I prefer as far as the layouts. I think that they're both really well, but the IndyCar layout, that was terrible. I'm not a fan of that one at all. We had that one in Skippy, I think last season and the season before, and it was not fun. It didn't make sense. You know, these layouts on this track make sense. The other one just feels like they're adding a racetrack within inside of a racetrack.
Yeah, no, definitely. We do see Wojciech Svidovic has a faster sector, but he's not going to make a quicker time. Micah Hendricks is pretty much in the same boat, and he's going a little bit wide.
Yeah, he goes
So
wide.
he's not going to make any progression. I see Wojciech Svidovic is also taking it a little bit more easy and won't...
Looks like Micah may have been trying to get himself some little bit extra momentum, make that front stretch just a little bit longer, try to get himself one more lap in. He's definitely got the right amount of time for it.
And look at that, Jerome Bajalas was pushing himself so much that he went off track. So he's not going to get anything better in there. I think Justin Rhodes, what is he going to do? I think the track temperature went up again because we don't see anybody
Yeah,
improve.
I'm showing 98 now. We started at 97, so we bumped 1 degree.
Look at that, yeah, yet again. The temperature is going to do something, but Eric Stutzer is having some quick times. I see some green sectors coming up, so maybe he can improve. He's currently on that 14th position. And he will. Look at this. He's looking at that top 10 right behind John Lozon. He's going to be 11th spot, Eric Stutzer. Great work from him. So it is possible to get some quicker times in. We're in that last little bit of that qualification. Who is going to do something? Micah Hendricks.
He goes wide again into the last corner. I'm not sure if he's struggling there, if he's just trying to set himself up. It's only got 10 seconds according to my clock. I'm not sure how long they give him after the 15-minute.
I think they're going to be immediately. No, I think they can't finish their lap. No, I think it's immediately over. But it's not. Because they see finish and they still drive. So it is possible. And look at this. Logan McKenzie. Logan McKenzie came way after that on the finish line. So he's not going to continue. Micah Hendricks. Is this going to be the moment where he's going to still grab that pole position? He needs to do everything. He is pushing that car still very, very much. Let's drive along with that car.
Yeah, as you come through the S's here and you attack those curbs, that front wheel drive wants to slip. So it's a real tricky entry here. Just a little lift to get the car to rotate. Try to get the power down before you come over the crest and then just hammer down through here. This is probably the highest speed corner on the track right here, this right-hander, and you can see that car just wants to slide. Oh. Yeah, it's tough.
And he goes into the pit immediately. So just testing out that pit, and that's also a very important one because it is a long one over there, right?
Yeah, it's one of our longest pit lanes. Fortunately, you get a good chunk of the pit lane done before you have to get down to speed, but it does feel like it takes forever on this pit lane.
I do see James Carr is still the last one on track. He can still improve, but he's on that 7th position. He can't improve anymore because he gets rid of the on the track. And that means that we have a grid coming up. Always nice to see that. Wojciech Swidovic, we've seen it before. He's again on that 1st position, but that ain't over yet because we see Micah Hendricks, his biggest rival, immediately on that 2nd position with 0.019 seconds behind there. It's nothing. Then Logan McKenzie, Francois Schenk. That's going to be a battle the whole race long. Connor Asatella does a great job on that 5th position. And then Edward Gorman, a newcomer, has done the last 3 races and is doing really well. Really moving up into that top 6 right now. And then James Carr and Jerome Bajulas are having the end row, the next row over there as well. And let's have a quick look. Then we see Raymond Choi, Justin Rhodes, Kevin Clark, 15th. Nice position from him. He is going to have a battle with Mike Del Mea on that row over there. And then we see Zach Perry. We see the Slug right over there on 17th. He's going to take an easy kick, a nice easy start, and we will see some overtakes from him. And Patrick Elgrunt is going to be the last driver on 19th position. That is the whole field already. We came here with 30 people. Are we going to end up with 20?
Well, I don't know if this is necessarily a driver's favorite track, which is surprising because it's such a good track, but a lot of people don't like this track for some reasons. And, you know, with it also being a Memorial Day weekend, it's also possible that people are doing stuff with their families.
Oh, what? You're going to say that people have a life? Wow. Yeah,
I know, right? Outside of sim racing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's probably true as well. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with these 19 cars, and we're going to follow them as closely as we can. We're waiting for the lights, and the lights are coming on. So we're going to get ready nearly till the end. Last races next season, but now we're going to get ready and go. Wojciech Swidovic is going to bring us along.
Micah finally got himself a decent start. I'm sure he's happy about that. So he pulls right up behind Wojciech Swidovic here. And we got Logan McKenzie coming on the inside of Francois Schenk. Gonna make that pass pretty easily. It's pretty tough to fight that corner.
Yeah, there are some
kind of one of those you gotta let him go.
Up, I was telling you beforehand, it's Robert Abrams, the Slug, who is now already taking 2 positions. Look at him, he's gonna have a battle. It's Eric Statzer and Raymond Choi right in front of there as well. Eric Statzer goes on that inside. Oh no, Eric! He can hold that car. How does he do that? He will lose some positions, but Eric is moving. Oh man, they're going 3 wide in there. 3 right, John Lozan's involved. The Slug is involved, yeah. Then you know there's going to be some more banging over there.
It looks like to get it all sorted out to come through the S's.
Well, it ain't over yet over there, but let's have a quick look in the front because I do see Wojciech Svidovic and Micah Hendricks already trying to see if they can get away over here.
Yeah, Wojciech's had a stellar first lap. Him and Micah have put a pretty good gap on Logan McKenzie already. But of course, don't count out Logan McKenzie. I feel like this is one of the tracks that he can really excel at.
Yeah, and of course we do have that whole group: Edward Gorman, James Carr, Jerome Bajulas. I think David Bauer is still hanging on there as well. They're all into this battle for position number 4.
Yeah, today's going to be tricky. It's there's a couple spots that it's really easy to go off the track into the dirt. Some of these blind crests and stuff. So you're gonna have to be watching the track limits as well as the drivers around him. Edward Gorman just hit the wall.
Yeah, and
looks
Edward
like he's
Gorman,
okay. Able to drive away from that.
He will drive away from that, but immediately he gets James Carr right behind him. And James Carr is going to see if he can do anything to get that spot up here. I do think this is going to be... oh, look at that. He's going to go in for the inside. Or outside here, but then inside in the next corner.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky on these cold tires to see if he can get it to stick. He does.
He does,
Nice
but Jerome
move there.
Bajulas is straight behind there as well.
Hard on the brakes for this hairpin right. Can really attack the curbing there.
Nice move from David Bauer. David Bauer, who is still in that championship fight with Logan, is now on that 9th position, 5th position from where he started. And he's going to have a fight over there with Jerome Bajulas. Interesting to see.
Yeah, it looks like Jerome just had a better exit coming out of the hairpin and was just able to capitalize on that extra momentum, just drive right by.
And I do think that this is one of the battles that we're going to have a whole night pay attention about this, because Micah Hendricks is already a little bit behind. I don't think he's going to make Wojciech Svidovic nervous at all. Logan McKenzie's trying to get away from Francois Schick. And then Konrad Satella is getting away from that group, but not enough. And then we have that whole group over there.
Yeah, we've got a nice little gaggle here. Jerome Bajulas, David Bauer, Matt Zepka, Justin Rhodes almost in it.
Yeah, Matt Zepka is in that last position for that group.
Here we go under braking. Oh, too wide, little touch on the bumper there.
Yeah, they're
Matt
going to make it
Zepka's going to try to take
here.
advantage. I think he decided just to back out. Definitely don't want to be going through here 3 wide.
No, I think that was a smart move. Matt Zepka still has something to play for in the championship. He doesn't want to be out already. And he's trying to see if he can follow David Bauer. David Bauer moved already up 3 positions. He is not the hard charger at the moment, because that is the Slug. The Slug is on the 13th position, and he is trying to see if he can get with this group. And that's going to be interesting, because he's not going to wait. He's going to push over there very, very hard. Oh, who
This
goes
guy's
out over there?
funnel down the hill.
Edward Gorman.
Boy, oh boy, that was close.
Edward Gorman every time has a different line over there, and he's losing position of David Bauer. David Bauer has more speed, and now it's also Matt Zepka who's going to take a look over there. Matt Zepka, what you can do?
Yeah, it's important here. It's tough to pass through the S's, but if you can get a good run coming down this hill, try to get up on their bumper when they come into this right-hander, and then just get them hard under braking in that last hairpin. It's a great place to make a pass. It's very hard to defend.
And Matt
Zepka's going to come down the inside, deep on the brakes.
And Raymond Choi is doing the exact
every bit of
same
the curbing.
thing. But look at Robert Abrams. Robert Abrams is now there. He is right in the middle of this group. The Slug, he is right there. Look at that yellow flag. What a great way of a comeback for him. John is there. Oh, this group is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is the group that every position and every point matters, which means they're going to go at it. Oh, the Slug, it's off the track. He might be able to save it. Hopefully he has safe rejoin. There he goes, back on track.
Yeah,
Didn't lose too much.
No, he's behind Eric Stetzer on the moment, and if maybe he can get back, but it's on the moment of Mike Del Mea. Look at that, yet again in a different livery. And he's now in the Skip Barber livery, and I love that from him. Mike Del Mea is still in third position on the Delta Challenge, and is everything to play for on the moment. Working his way up and trying to see if he can get to the slug.
Yeah, and just to check in up front, we still just got Bojack and Micah kind of running 1-2 in the draft. Not being super aggressive, but they are pulling away from Logan McKenzie. You got about a 2.2 second lead on Logan, so he's starting to drop back a little bit.
Yeah, but look out for James Carr. James Carr is right behind Connor Acetella, and they're also quite having a nice battle over there. Breakfast for dinner against Yellow Flag Motorsports.
James Carr went off, put a couple tires in the dirt, cost him a little bit of time. This curbing is so tough. It's unpredictable at times, and it'll just throw your car into that tire barrier.
Look at John Lozon. He is getting ready. John Lozon saw that Justin Rhodes had a bad exit and immediately tried to get in there. But then he understands, he knows that it's better to wait a little bit. He needs to bring this group back up there with Raymond Che, Edward Gorman, and Matt Zemka. And then we have a big battle going on for that top 10.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Zepka is starting to pull away from these guys. David Bauer's pulling away from Matt Zepka a little bit. But Edward Gorman gets loosed. Raymond Choi comes up the inside.
Well, great save
uses
from
every bit of curbing, the shortest distance around, gets on the power early, and is able just to power away.
Yeah, and look at the stock and John Lozon. They both passed Eric Stetzer over there as well. They really have a different line over there with a lot more speed.
Yeah, the slug is all over Justin Rhodes. He wants to get by him. He's letting him know that he's back there. Justin has a great run up the hill.
While they battle, let's have a quick look how it goes with Micah Hendricks, because Micah Hendricks needs to do something for the championship, and he is getting closer and closer on the moment of Wojciech Svidovic. So is there something going to happen? He can't wait too long. He just needs to, like, keep psyching him out.
Well, Wojciech's not playing around. He just ran a 18.6, and his best lap is an 18.6, so it looks like he's running consistent laps, and he's running qualifying pace, so... He's not just riding. He's definitely got the hammer down.
He got the hammer down, but I do have to say Micah Hendricks had a great corner over there. He's getting a little bit closer. I do expect that he's going to get the quickest time overall right now. Not yet, but it was a very quick time, and he does make 2/10 up, and he is now right behind there. And this is the moment that Micah Hendricks was waiting for.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they score bonus points for laps led, but every point's going to help, especially if Wojciech's going to be running as hard as he is. Oh, Micah Hendricks almost clips the wall there, really, really wide. Scary to us, but he probably didn't even notice it. He was so focused forward.
Yeah, no, definitely. They have a nice battle going on. Another battle that died out a little bit is David Bauer and Matt Zepka and Jerome Bajolas. They're a little bit further away from each other. But then you see the whole group coming up. Edward Gorman, Justin Rhodes, and the Slug.
Yeah, these guys are still all within striking distance. Somebody makes a mistake, dips a tire into the dirt, something like that. They'll be there ready to pounce.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do, you know. It's still 50 minutes, a long race. You just need to pay attention on that one.
Yeah, and this track famously gets narrow in the worst places.
Yeah, definitely. There is also a little battle going on in the back, I've noticed. Kevin Clark is moved up to position number 18 to follow up with Zach Perry. And looks like there's a different line coming from Kevin Clark. He's trying to see if he can get some more momentum going on, but on the moment it is Zach Perry to hold on.
And Zach Perry looked a little bit loose coming into that first left-hander. I think the tail sliding out a little bit on him. I've noticed the track temperature has gone down. We're down to 92 degrees, which is definitely working in their favor, as Kevin Clark is off in the dirt, able to pull it back on track.
I'm going to have a quick look at what the slug is doing, because we haven't seen an overtake in one lap, and that's nothing for him. Let's have a quick look, because Justin Rhodes is feeling the heat on the moment.
Yeah, you got to put pressure on, because this is not the easiest track to pass on. There's not a ton of opportunities, so the best way to get it done is to put that pressure on, try to get them to make a mistake, run wide.
Well, John Lozon is doing that. Look at that. John Lozon's trying to see if he can get...
Showing the inside, but...
Exactly.
Pulled back in line.
And I don't want to say it, but I think that's what Micah Hendricks needs to do. He needs to be closer. He needs to really have a chance to Wojtek Svidovic, just to psych him out, make some moves to see if he can react to that. Wojtek Svidovic just has to finish the race.
Micah just put a couple tires in the dirt himself, so looks like he lost a couple tenths. But you're right, he's gotta make a move. If he stays behind Wojtek, he's not going to win the championship. So he's really got to push him hard, get him to make a mistake.
Exactly, and I do have to say, I think now it's even a better chance than if you're ahead of him. If you're ahead of him, it's going to be more difficult. You can't psych him out. Wojtek can just drive his race. You need to, this is the moment. Don't wait now for pit stop strategies. You just need to push him hard. I want to see some door banging from these guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're still close enough that, you know, Wojtek's not really leaving him. But if Micah wants to get by him, he's going to have to pick up the level of aggression for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And
they're both still running stellar laps, 18.7 and an 18.5, so they're definitely moving.
They're definitely moving. Well, somebody else who is moving is the slug, Justin Rhodes and John Lozon. I don't know which one I have to pick, but all of them are moving up on the moment, trying to see if they can get any closer. But Edward Gorman is in sight.
Yeah, they really got to work together here. Try not to fight in the places where passing is tough. But looks like Justin Rhodes took a look to the inside, pulled it back out, maybe try the over-under here, but he's going to go wide. Oh, he's going to make contact with the slug.
Oh, I was really thinking the slug immediately would take that position, but he...
yeah, well, he tried. He just didn't quite have the room. It was a good move on his part, because that definitely could have led to
and he's doing it again.
Quite a bit of damage. Here he goes on the inside, attacks the curve. I'm going to start the S's side by side, but he's not going to be able to keep the momentum. John Lozon is going to be able to pull up in here, try to battle with the slug. You got Eric Statzer right behind him, ready to get into this fight.
Yeah, not just him. I think Mike De Almeida is up there as well. This is becoming a battle here in the back, but a really, really fun one.
Yeah, these guys got nothing to lose. And they're pretty close in the points, so, you know, finishing +1 position could go a long ways.
That is a long, big group. We do see still in the timing tower that Micah Hendricks is following Wojtek Svidovic nicely, but a little bit too far for my liking. Logan McKenzie is right behind there, and really, Logan McKenzie is driving where he's driving the whole season. You know, 3rd position, steady Eddie, and he's there, and he gets those points in for Yellow Flag Motorsport.
Yeah, and he's running identical times to these guys, and, you know, that makes it difficult because it's, you know, you can't close the gap if you're running the same times. All 3 of these guys are the only ones that are running in the 18s right now, so they're definitely screaming, and they are the fastest 3 in the field currently.
It's got to be annoying for Logan, seeing that he's so close and yet he's so far away.
Yeah, it seems like he matches pace with these guys every week, but maybe has some difficulty firing it off in the beginning. And those guys are able to really push the edge of the
look
edge
at
of
John
the car
Lozar,
right from the start.
John Lozar and Rob. Oh, the slug is going to do it. Yes, the slug is doing it.
There he goes.
But John Lozar is doing it as well, and it's really the victim is Justin Rhodes, who's losing 2 positions over here, and they've done this before. It is really.
Yeah. Slug kind of blocks the outside line there. John Lozar's going to try to come around the inside so he can get a good position into what is actually turn number 2. Try to get up under there, but not quite enough.
No, and Justin Rhodes nearly could hold that car, but he's still in that battle as well.
If John can get a good run through here, he could probably try to get him under braking in this hairpin down here.
Yeah, and then right behind there is basically Eric Stutzer and Mike De Almeida, who are fighting for a Delta win. What a thing would that be if Mike De Almeida is just grabbing a victory over here? It is possible. He's so close right now with Eric Stutzer.
Still watching John Lozon in the slug. John looks like he's really trying to make a move on him. Don't think he's going to be patient behind him. We'll see if he can pull up under braking here. Gets the car just slightly into the dirt, and that's not going to help.
No, but he is quite dangerous over here. John Lozon is giving Caribou Motorsport really some things to watch here in these last couple of races. And Mike De Almeida, look at this. Mike De Almeida and Eric Stutzer going for that Delta victory. But maybe they shouldn't battle. Maybe they should just... Because if they can get back to that whole group, it's going to be an amazing battle at the end.
Yeah, for sure. They look like they're gaining on the pack a little bit ahead of them. We've got just enough gap that Mike's not exactly a threat. That'll allow them just to kind of drive out their front window instead of their mirrors. See if they can catch the pack ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm wondering what John Lozar is this time going to do. Let's drive along with him and see how he's going to go into these corners. Ooh, he was a little bit scared of that to get off track over there.
Yeah, you could tell he braked a little bit later than those guys ahead of him. Had a little bit cleaner run into the corner. He's not able to get the power down.
Oh, I do see James Carr is going into the pit. That's very early, I have to say.
Yeah, so we just come up to 19 minutes. I think you're right. That might be a little bit early, but if he's been conserving fuel or something like that, he might be able to make it work. It's going to be close.
I don't see where he got any damage. He is already immediately also out of the pit as well. Edward Gorman was getting hit.
All over the slug, right up on his tailpipes. We come down the hill. Oh, little shot. Oh, John got a little sideways from the contact.
Yeah, it's a nice foursome, I would like to say. Edward Gorman, the Slug, John Lozar, and Justin Rhodes are all in there.
Yeah, these guys out front, they're really starting to open up the gap.
Oh, and don't look now, but Kevin Clark is getting really close yet again to Zach Perry. Is he going to make that move here on that long? It's too far away at the end. Zach Perry knows how to make this corner, and then it's really difficult for Kevin Clark to do any overtake.
Yeah, if you don't set up for that corner proper, it's really hard to put the power down, and it can cost you a ton of time. So overshooting it, missing the apex can cost you a lot.
Yeah, Kevin Clark has enough speed, I think, but it's just he just can't make the move.
Zach Perry got up on the curbing. I heard a loud crunch on his car. Not sure if he got a slowdown for eating all that curb or not, but
Well,
he just kind of moved out of the way and let let Kevin Clark go by.
Exactly. Maybe he hears the stream and he's like, oh no, I'll give Kevin Clark some space because he does have the speed. And yeah, you're right. Zach Perry is now losing also time over there. Or his car is broken, or he had a slowdown and he's just trying to eat that slowly. Well, while he's doing that,
we're watching P10 here, Pim, coming into the hairpin. Edward Gorman's got the slug all over his tailpipe. Slug comes in hard under the brakes. And try to see if he can undercut here. These guys are stacking up a little bit to get closer through that hairpin, kind of spread out down the front stretch.
All right, but just hear me out. Edward Gorman. If you look in the back of Edward Gorman, this is what he sees. He sees the slug coming in left, the slug coming in right. This is what Micah Hendricks needs to do. I would get so psyched out if you would do that to me. Edward Gorman is just, you know, having a psychic over there, just to need to control himself. And oh, the slug again, trying to push and push. And then John Lazar is right behind there as well. Double trouble.
Yeah, and it looks like Edward Gorman just put a rear tire in the dirt. Was able to keep it moving forward, but lost about a tenth there. And oh, here comes the slug. Gives him a shot in the tail again. The slug wants by desperately.
Yeah, but who wants it more? Is it the slug or is it John Lazar? Because they're both like crazy going over there.
Yeah, they are not holding back.
I have to say, in the front it's maybe a boring race, maybe a little bit too much tactical going on, but up here it's just going off, and we do see.
Oh, there we go. Edward Gorman hits the pits. Gets it slowed down to 44 mile an hour. 45 at the pit lane speed. Seems like it takes forever. There's a million pit boxes before you actually get to yours.
I'm just wondering, what is Edward Gorman doing in the pits right now? Is that not way too early?
We're at 25 minutes. I think we're okay. I think they should be okay. I think sometimes just after 20 minutes.
I see what he did. He's using his fast repair. And that's the reason why he's going in there. I had a little bit of damage maybe from that fight because yeah, there was some battling going on, and it's on the moment John Lazar who is trying to get any closer, but I think we let the well, how do you call that? We let the tiger go out because the slug is out. 7 positions up from where we started, but now there's a big gap in front of him, so he can just get some momentum going.
Yeah, this is the first time he's had a clear track in front of him, so be interesting to see how quickly he pulls away from John, or if John's able to maintain as John closes the gap right there. Slug gets a little bit sideways entering the corner. John's going to pull on the inside here. Not quite enough under braking.
Oh man, these guys know how to make a broadcast interesting. The fights over there are so great. The battle in front of them is Matt Zapka together with Raymond Choi. That battle is also going on for a while already.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up.
Yeah, and it is
Raymond.
also the battle for the championship, so interesting to see to get them together.
Yeah, Raymond's been slowly closing the gap. Looks like he's just a little bit quicker than Matt Zepka right now by about 2/10 on the last lap. So he's working on his, Matt Zepka might have clipped the wall there. Just enough to scratch the mirror, not hurt the paint.
Yeah, that will give Raymond Choi immediately an opportunity to get back. But again, maybe they need to work together to see if they can get any closer to David Bauer, who's driving 5th positions up from where we started. Great job from him. He's on that 7th position. Jerome Bajolas is a little bit further ahead, trying to see if he can catch up with Conor Arcetella for 5th position. And that is really getting into the top 5 is Francois Shane, 4th position. All by himself, 11 seconds away from Logan McKenzie. And yeah, Logan McKenzie can see them, is losing a little bit of more time, but 3.2 seconds can still be a good pit stop, and we right back in there. And then Micah Hendricks, 1.2 seconds now from Wojciech Swidovic, and that is really the top 10 that we have on the moment.
I just dropped back here to P10, watching the slug. He's still got John Lazon right there as Justin Rhodes comes diving in, trying to close that gap, get up here and take the fight to these guys.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I was expecting the Slug to actually drive away now, but he has some difficulties. John Lozon is all over him over there, although John Lozon nearly lost it in that corner, but he
The
holds
Slug
on.
did too. These guys are both pushing hard. They're using every bit of the track surface that they can. Really attacking this course right now.
And John Lozon had the good exit over there, so he's getting closer and closer. It is all this corner. It's so difficult.
Yeah, with that crest, it unloads the front suspension as you're trying to put the power down and that turbo spooling up. And
man,
that's a really tough corner.
They slide so nicely through that corner. They look like skippies when I see them over there. And oh, John Lozon nearly missed his braking turn over there. Didn't want to do an overtake, but just missed it completely. But holds on.
Slug was sliding around under braking. Looks like he's got a little bit more rear brake. He's having a little bit of trouble keeping the car behind him under braking.
We do see the field is now a little bit more spread. Everywhere are driving cars, so a little bit more trickier to figure out where the real fights are. On the moment, John Lozon is the biggest battle, and he is pushing that car. Look at that.
Yeah, Slug goes in the dirt again. It's pretty common there. We're going to see this all day. John pulls right up on his bumper. The curbing kind of kills his momentum. It's not the optimal to go over the curbing hard like that.
No, yeah, you have to
really lose a lot of speed.
Then there's that wall over there, and it comes very quickly. And John Lozon just was right over there to get out, but he is getting closer and closer. I have the feeling
this
that
is
we're
where
going
he
to see
wants
some
to be.
interesting battle.
Try to get up on his tailpipe coming through this final sector here. See if he can get a pass under braking, but John's a little bit sideways, loses the rear grip. Not able to keep it behind him. John's going to go ahead and pull into the pits. That's probably a good time so he doesn't have to have anybody in front of him. Get a nice clean entry at the speed he wants to do it. Gets it slowed down. The rest of the pack goes by him. Mike Alameda and Eric Statzer are still within striking distance of each other, but doesn't look like they're really battling.
No, the battle is maybe a little bit died out, but I think when they stay in this time, Mike Almeida still has the opportunity to make a move maybe later in the race. On the moment, he's just holding steady over there behind Eric Statzer.
Yeah, maybe trying to conserve a little bit of tire. We're seeing these guys are sliding around the track quite a bit. We're still maintaining 92 degrees track temperature, but they are sliding around a fair amount.
All right, I do see John Lozon now as last coming out. Edward Gorman has done that pit stop, so both of them are now in those last positions. James Carr already pitted very, very early. I don't think that's an honest pit stop. And then basically for the rest, everybody else still needs to go to the pit.
Yeah, and I think typically these guys up at the front usually like to push it close to 40 minutes. So I think as we get closer to that 40-minute mark, we'll start seeing some of these front runners start peeling off.
Let's have a quick look. While you're still holding us there honest, I'm going to have a quick look at Patrick Elbrand, our Swedish friend over here. A new driver. He's trying to see if he can get to James Carr. Well, good luck with that, because that's going to be a battle to even hold on to him. But it's great to see still new drivers joining this league. I think that's something that says something for AlphaTauring Challenge. Always really fun. I have to say, I'm very tempted to see if I can drive with you guys.
Yeah, it definitely would be a lot of fun, but I'll tell you, Pim, I think we got a lot to learn because these guys make it look easy. And when I get out there on the track with them, I'm like, where'd he go? How'd he do that?
Oh, no, definitely. I think that will be interesting to see. I do see that Justin Rhodes has gone missing. Justin Rhodes. What was that? Justin Rhodes out of nowhere. He just went off track and immediately crashed himself pretty hard. Well, that's the end of his race. So,
yeah, that's interesting.
gain
Not
spot
sure
for
what
pretty much
happened there.
everybody behind him. I do see Jerome Bajulas. He's getting closer and closer to Conor Acetella.
Yeah, it looks like he's reeling him in a little bit. These guys following behind Conor Acetella. He's just done a great job of just keeping it steady and hasn't had anybody around him. It can be a boring race, but at the same time be a great race because then it's just all up to you.
Yeah, definitely, and well, they can make it. They can make a nice race over here. I do see that the sun is nearly dropping down a little bit. Curious to see if we're going to see the end of this race, or we have to see some lightning. At the moment, it's still 28 minutes. We're currently watching the fight with Jerome Bajulas. Getting to get any closer to Conor Acetella, but Conor Acetella is very steady on that 5th position on the moment.
Yeah, he's looking great today. He's running solid laps. He's now got himself into the he's in the 19s. We're still in the 18s for our top 3 drivers, which is pretty phenomenal. They're still running qualification speeds halfway through this race, so they're definitely not holding back. But you know, maybe Wojciech is just on it today, and he's not going to allow Micah to get him. So he's definitely opened the gap.
I was just saying, like, if you look at the whole season, you could say that Wojciech Swiatovic is owning everybody. We had a couple of races where Micah Hendricks took the lead, but since Wojciech Swiatovic is committing himself to this championship, he has made some effort to be in that front. From the moment, yeah, I don't know, one bad pit stop, one slide, one touch of the grass could be enough to keep it changed. So keep watching over
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
But at the moment,
These guys are definitely driving on edge. They're not holding back, so one bad corner could be the difference maker for sure.
yeah, Micah Hendricks is just driving the same times on the moment as Wojciech Swiatovic. So that's not the thing. And oh, have a quick look.
We're about 6 minutes away from these guys making pits, so here in the next couple laps, I'm sure we'll start seeing some takers.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Who do we see first going in? Wojciech Swiatovic or Micah Hendricks?
It's also possible that Micah is doing some fuel conservation. I don't see how, honestly, with him still running 18s, running identical lap times. But Wojciech's just putting on a clinic today. So far, he's ran a perfect race, and I've noticed that if you can stay on Wojciech, go ahead.
Micah Hendricks going in.
All right.
So he's
Yeah, like
the
I'm
first
saying,
one.
Staying close to Wojciech and putting some pressure on him seems to work out. But if you let him get a lead, he's just going to keep adding to that lead. Logan's having himself a great race. Like I said, seems to be P3 every week. Looks like he's going to be solidly P3 for the point championship.
If you're wondering where the overlays are, I'm wondering the same thing. We're trying to see if we can get them back. See something happening with the server, but we do have something back over here. Look at this, Micah Hendricks on the moment, 9th position. And what is Wojciech Swiatovic now going to do? Is he going to go in? No, he's not. Oh, look at this. How close is he at that wall? Really thought he was going to hit it.
And Wojciech does not take the pit. Or I'm my bad. I'm watching Logan.
No, he's definitely
You're
not
right,
taking that pit.
Yep. Logan doesn't take the pit. There we go.
How's that battle going on? We haven't seen him in a while. Conor Acetella and Jerome Bajulas. Seems to be a steady friendship on the moment. And they know their positions. Conor Acetella on that 5th position. And David Bauer of Jerome Bajulas on 5th. And then David Bauer on 6th position. he is far away. That's nearly 5 seconds. It is really the battle between those two guys over here.
Yeah, we got a car coming out of the pits. This is going to make this battle interesting. Car stays to the outside. Good on Zach Perry. These guys go by.
Exactly. Nice job from Zach Perry. Always difficult, but he's doing a really great job over there.
Oh, Jerome Bajalas is off the track. He's going to lose about a car length to Connor.
All right, so where is Wojciech Swidovic? Is he going to go into the pit? Look at this.
Nope.
He's just aiming for that wall.
It looked like he was trying to hit the cones.
Well, it's amazing how he wants to keep pushing himself on those tracks. He's doing quite some fast times.
Yeah, just ran at 18.59. Only 2/10 off of his best lap of the race so far. So he's got the hammer down. Doesn't look like tire wear is much of a factor right now. Not seeing any real tire fall off.
Exactly, and do look at Micah Hendricks, because he's not going to do that much of a quicker time. He has some drivers in front of him, but they're all going to go into the pit. Raymond Choi, Zach Perry, they're both in the pit. That's a good one for Micah Hendricks. He has now Matt Zepka and David Bauer in front of him.
Yeah, and this is what Micah needs. He needs to have a clear track ahead of him, nobody to fight with. See if he can gain some time while he's out there by himself for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm curious, Micah Hendricks and Matt Zepka, both from the same team. Is this the moment when team play is going to go in? And is Matt Zepka easily going to give it up, or maybe give him a tow or anything in that way? For the moment, it doesn't seem that Micah Hendricks just needs to work hard to actually get any closer to Matt Zepka.
Micah's going to put me in the hospital. He gets so close to that tire barrier every time. Come down the S's. We'll see if Matt Zepka pulls into the pits. We're pretty close to where these guys are going to have to soon within the next couple laps. Don't think they're going to have much more.
On the moment, they're all not coming in yet. It seems that they're really pushing.
Connor Acetella is in, pitting for P4.
Yeah, Francois Schinke just came in as well, so you are right. And I do see now more drivers coming in. I see the Slug is coming in. He needs to take some new fuel up here.
Micah Hendricks is starting to close the gap on Matt Zepka. We'll have to see how this plays out.
Oh no! Look at this, what happened to John Lozan? John Lozan just went off track. John Lozan went off track and immediately can finish his race. He's not going to come back. Who is going to come back is Wojciech Swidovic. Wojciech Swidovic on the moment in the pit. This is the moment.
So just an update. Matt Zepka pulled over and let Micah Hendricks go by into the S's. Just got out of the way for him. So there is some team play going on.
Well, I love that. Team play is always good to see, but Wojciech Swidovic, he can do it by himself. He just needs to hold on, be steady. He's done this pit stop many, many times. He's done it again. He's standing still. Logan McKenzie's going in. Jerome Bajalas is going in. David Bauer is going in. Where is Micah Hendricks? Micah Hendricks
just exiting the final corner. He's headed towards the start-finish line. It's going to cross the start-finish line
but
now.
Wojciech Swidovic is already out. And that means that the gap has only become bigger. Look at this, 4.1 seconds, 3.8. Oh, Wojciech Swidovic has done what we didn't want to have happening. He's just outdone everybody, and he's now free, has a free run over there. Micah Hendricks is no way in sight of him.
Yeah, and he's got a clear track ahead of him for quite a ways, so this is optimal for him. He's going to need to lay down his best laps and try to open that gap, come away with this victory.
Exactly, and look at that battle. Raymond Choi and Matt Zepka seems to be coming back again, because Raymond Choi just comes out of the pit and immediately is back over there. is Conor Rosatella making small mistakes. With Jerome Bargelas really getting a lot closer now.
Yeah, Jerome just sent it through that corner there. It cost him a little bit on exit, but he was able to get great entry and mid-corner speed. Just closing the gap a little bit, coming through the S's. It's not quite going to be enough to pull up on him, though.
Well, but he will get a little bit closer and maybe get on that next...
It's the tail through there. Just flying.
Yeah, we do see the true Jerome Bargelas coming back a little bit. Naked aggression is there when we want to see it. I think that is the biggest battle that I have on the moment. Even Mike De Almeida and Erik Statzer, they're just far away from each other. That battle is over. I really think that Erik Statzer is going to win a Delta race over here.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about this track is it tends to spread out, and it's such a technical track. It's so hard to stay behind somebody and make a move on them, and we end up getting a pretty spread out field. It's too bad we don't have admin privileges, Pim. We can throw a random yellow.
Yeah. Well, I'm driving.
Like, sorry, guys, wrong button.
I'm driving in a league where we also do safety car, and I do have to say it's very, very fun to drive in there, and also to hold your pit stops to that, because you can definitely get an advantage if you already did a pit stop in those safety car moments. Here we don't have any safety cars. It's just 40 minutes or 60 minutes of driving. We only have 17 minutes to go. Jerome Bargelas is trying to see if we can get any closer to Conor Rosatella, but Conor has just been rock solid this race.
Yeah, he's looking great. He's really finished strong. His last couple races really showing these guys that he's got what it takes. He's been up there battling with them. So it's really great to see that he's getting better and better every week. Logan McKenzie is just completely checked out on Francois Schenck. Wojciech Swidovic is still pulling about 4 seconds on Micah Hendricks, so looks like the gap hasn't really changed between those guys, but they've got 11 seconds on Logan McKenzie.
Yeah, Logan is just checking himself out. He knows he needs to do well in that championship to get that third position, and he's doing everything he needs to do.
And he's still pretty much matching pace with these guys, maybe a tenth slower, but they're still the only three running in the solid 18s. Everybody else is in the 19s for the most part.
Yeah, we have 3 aliens driving around. And you have to say Raymond Choi is getting a little bit more into distance with Matt Zapka. Maybe that can be a battle that we need to watch till the end. It's still 50 minutes.
Yeah, those two seem to be really equal in speed. And I think that so Raymond closes the gap here a little bit. Trying to get up there to put the fight to Matt Zepka.
Exactly, and it won't be that there's draft enough, because I really think he needs to do it all by himself.
Oh, Matt Zepka's got 4 wheels off into the dirt. Able to get back on track cleanly, but that's gonna help out Raymond Choi just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you look at the times right now, Matt Zepka is just not getting he's not getting any closer to Matt Zepka. Matt Zepka really knows how to handle that car very nicely. He actually drives away from Raymond Choi on the moment.
Yeah, Max. Oh, there's a big crash up ahead of him. David Bowers in the wall, comes back out onto the track. Oh no, he lost it in the S's. Hard impact into the wall.
What was there happening? David Bauer, whoa! Big major crash, and then everybody's involved in that. Matt Zepka nearly crashes out. Can hold that car, but what a disaster for breakfast for dinner.
Something's going on with Raymond Choi. He went really slow through the hairpin, He seems like he was off the pace. I'm not sure if he was just trying to collect his thoughts or ran something over, but it looks like maybe he's up to speed, but he really missed the hairpin.
Or he had a slowdown just because he needed to go off track over there.
I didn't see if he went off track. That makes sense.
That could be the case, but he was losing now 2.9 seconds from Matt Zapka. That 8th position is rock solid for Matt Zapka if he can hold it for the next 13 minutes. So, okay, that battle is gone as well. Which battle do we have left? Well, we do have Jerome Bargelas and Conor Acetella, but just Jerome is just not getting any closer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate these guys just spread out, not showing a lot of action as James Carr pulls up tight on Justin Rhodes. Justin Rhodes is being scored a lap down. Just gonna pull out of the way, let James Carr drive on by. And we see David Bauer coming out of the pits after he took his toe in fast repair.
And he's also giving room.
Yeah, he's coming out a lap down himself. But we're going to have a battle with David Bauer and Justin Rhodes, at least for the moment. These are definitely both for position between teammates.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We've seen the teamwork from Micah Hendricks and Matt Zapka.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like David Bauer's already pulling away from Justin Rhodes.
David Bauer did have the speed the whole race. Just that one tiny mistake right over here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. I think that David is faster than James. So I'm wondering, since James has got a big gap behind him and ahead of him, if he doesn't just let David go by instead of trying to hold him behind him. See how that plays out with David being a lap down and still in his own battle for points.
Yeah, I'm looking a little bit further ahead. I see Edward Gorman. The Slug, they're all not together anymore. So that battling is also a lot less. I do have to say, nice livery from Edward Gorman. I think we have a pirate on board.
I got a pirate name, Pim. My pirate name is Captain Gristlebeard.
I don't want to know.
To me. I didn't make it up. That was given to me.
I don't want to know.
All I gotta say is, at least I'm a captain, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm the Flying Dutchman, so can't coach me. I'm looking around. I don't see any. Let's go to Wojciech. Wojciech Swidovic. He earned a lot. I do think today could be his podium done. It will be his first time that he wins a championship with the AlphaTauri Challenge. But well deserved. What a great racer.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gotten the job done when he needed to. He hasn't buckled under the pressure. He's ran solid races every week. He's driven clean. He's not a danger to anybody else. These guys are able to go side by side in places where I wouldn't try it. And they're able to make it look easy.
Zandvoort was awesome. I remember Monza was an amazing battle with Wojciech Swidovic and Micah Hendricks. And Logan McKenzie right in there. So, yeah, we've seen so many big, great battles. But on the moment, it is Wojciech Swidovic who just runs away with it. And, shows us a little bit the style that you need to have to win the AlphaTauri Challenge. Great job from him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a stellar season out of him, and it isn't over yet. Micah's still got a chance. We really got to see how these drop weeks play out, and they're going to tighten up that gap. So it's absolutely important. If Micah's not going to be able to get ahead of Wojciech this race next week, Micah's going to have to give it everything he's got and just leave it on the track and see what happens.
Oh man, I hate these drop weeks so much. I never know exactly who is winning what. let me show the end result. That's why I'm glad that we're going to that last race where we're just going to see who is going to win and when, what's going to happen. Wojciech Swidovic has an opportunity. Micah Hendricks a little bit less, but still in there. He's going to score today a lot of points, but this was not what he was hoping for. He has one last opportunity. And where is that race? Do we know that?
What race? Last race is at Barber, I believe. Oh, which is a spectacular racetrack. They really, the schedule they picked this season, top notch. Great racetracks. I'm bummed out that I wasn't out on the track with these guys. As much fun as I've had in the booth, just this track selection has been great this season. So shout out to those guys for their selection.
Yeah, I think all the admins are doing a great job here in Alpha Touring Challenge. Great job. Well done for Micah Hendricks on the moment who comes over the line. A little bit further back, Raymond Joy. I didn't want to say it earlier, but what an ugly car that is. But they're real friends. So real friend racing, well done.
So I'm just curious, the pictures on the hood, is that Raymond or is that just some character?
I'm trying to see. Oh. Well, let's pretend it's Raymond. I think it's much fun, more fun if it's him.
I mean, he's wearing a pink uniform inside the car there, so.
Hey, that's what real friends would do. He's currently on that 9th position, trying to get any closer to Matsepka, but it ain't happening. Sometimes, these races don't have to be this long. We can just end it over here. I don't think there's going to be any moves happening.
Yeah, we're winding down the clock. I'm showing 5 minutes left on my clock.
I still have 6 minutes to go.
It's possible my clock was the minute standing on the field before it started. Might be a minute off.
Yeah, I still think we have 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So if they want to do something, look at that. Jerome Bajalas shows a little bit of more of naked aggression. Really goes to the edge over there. He is pushing that car, but it's just Satella who does such a great job.
None of these guys are rolling over. They're still running spectacular laps. Last lap, Wojciech Swidovic ran at 18.43 and as fast as an 18.39. So he's virtually matched his fastest lap as we're closing out this race. So he's definitely got the hammer down. Everybody's running pretty consistent laps where they've been, right near their best laps. So it doesn't seem like tire fall off is a thing tonight, which is great for them. They would really just put some spectacular laps down. Oh, as Jerome Bajalas goes off the track. Oh, and he spins. Oh, across the curbing, big crash pin. Oh, into the wall. Oh, no, it's terrible for Jerome. Big mistake. Oh, his car's destroyed. So he comes out in front of the pack.
What exactly happened over there? He just hit that grass a little bit, or dirt, I'm not sure how you call it, and then he's trying to eagerly go into the corner, completely misses it. I think
launches over that curbing, gets up in the air, and there's just nothing he could do. It's just along for the ride. His front end is destroyed, but he's able to keep it going, so he might be able to get in there and use that fast repair. Maybe just try to salvage what he's got left.
Yeah, that's not gonna do any favors for him on the moment, and he's just gonna continue driving.
Yeah, he chooses to stay out. It's probably a good move right at this point. He's got nothing else to lose. Well, he's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Edward Gorman, and then he's got 11 seconds on the slug.
Yeah, exactly, and I do think that Edward Gorman has an opportunity to come by, but maybe that's enough, and we can hold that in that top 10. But at the moment, yeah, Jerome is hurt. We can definitely see that car. Look at that. I have to say, I'm still amazed that that car is driving.
I am too, and it looks like it's not really affecting him.
No, he's not that slow. It's amazing.
It's a testament to how tough these little cars are.
Yeah, you should try this with an F4, then it's just standing still.
All 4 wheels would have blown off.
He's not losing that much time. It's going to be difficult for Edward Gorman. But there is a chance for Edward Gorman to get that 9th position.
Yeah, it looks like he's losing about 2 or 3 tenths a lap to Edward Gorman. So he's still got a chance to maintain this position, and look like it may have only cost him a couple spots.
And look at Rimmeltje, because Rimmeltje is really pushing hard. He can smell Matt Zepka on the moment. And with 3 minutes on the clock, he needs to do it now.
I think you can smell Matt Zepka because he never leaves that computer.
No comment to that one. I'm staying right out of there, but Matt Zepka is doing a great job on the moment. Still that 7th position.
That's one great thing about Matt Zepka is no matter what, when you reach out to him, he's always quick to respond, give you the information that you need. He's a stand-up guy for that type of stuff.
Oh, definitely. Matt Zepka and I are doing a football manager league, so if anybody wants to join us, just let us know. We're that kind of nerds. Well, but look at that with Gorman, because he is getting closer and closer. I'm not sure if the white flag is going to fall right on this lap or one more lap, but Edward Gorman is getting closer and closer. He has for sure one more lap to make that move, and it will happen. But Jerome Bargelas is just amazing that he can hold that car over there.
Yeah, he's standing tough. It's a testament to how quick he really is, even without a front bumper. Maybe he's car's running a little cooler, got that turbocharged a little bit cooler. Maybe he's making a little extra power without that bumper. You never know.
It's amazing. Edward Gorman is now going to make that move, but they're going side by side. Oh, a little bit of door banging. I love to see it. Oh, great move from Edward Gorman. But Jerome is not giving up. Look at that. He's still side by side.
And I'm watching the leader, and I didn't see anything out of Barney Pym.
We can't trust Barney 100%, but most of the time he's right. Wojciech Swiatovic is still in there. He's fighting on the moment over there, or not fighting. He's passing Mighty Almeida, who's on the 13th position. He is going to be on 2nd place in the Delta race. Erik Stelzer is going to be number 1. Wojciech Swiatovic is going to be number 1.
Really just goes to show how fast Wojciech is tonight to be able to lap the 2nd place Delta driver. I don't think he's got enough time to get to Erik Stelzer, but yeah, Wojciech just put on a clinic today. By the way, Pim, he just ran his fastest lap on the last lap, so Wojciech has not turned it off. He's pedal to the metal, sending in every corner.
Amazing to see. What a driver he is. He's going to get the white flag, I assume.
Yeah, I think we'll see it this time. This comes out of the final corner here. Come out to the not so straight front stretch. There we go. White flag in the air. More to go.
Wojciech Swiatovic does need to do that last lap. I do see that Rimmeltje is now getting all the way back over there to Matt Zepka. That's going to be an interesting last lap.
Yeah, he's got to send it, right? He's got a lap and a half to get it done.
Well, he could do it in this last corner, or then he has a whole nother lap where he can make the life of Matt Zepka completely miserable.
He pushed it all the way to the edge of the curbing. He's definitely on the throttle, trying to get it done. Matt Zepka gets just a little bit of tail slide out there. Raymond gets into the dirt a little bit. Doesn't look like it hurt him. He's get hard under the brakes. Come through this last hairpin here. Headed to the flag. 1 lap to go for these guys.
Right. So they have 1 lap to go. Well, Wojciech Swiatovic already nearly finishing his lap. Shows the different level of driving. Wojciech Swiatovic was just on his own. Nobody who could attack him. He got that first prize. And he's just, look at this, he's celebrating already. He's not even over the finish line. That guy's happy. Dig that, another victory.
Oh, Matt Zepka goes off the racetrack. Raymond Choi's going to be able to half the gap, but it looks like Matt Zepka's still got too much of a gap. We'll see how they go through coming through the S's.
Well, that's the last battle that we have. We do see that Micah Hendricks comes over to second place. Logan McKenzie gets into third, and then Francois Schenk, who is going to take, with an 18 seconds behind there, is going to be on that fourth position. James Carr will be on fifth, but who is going to be on that seventh position? Is that Matt Zepka or Raymond Choi? Well, it looks like Matt Zepka is doing everything right on the moment.
Yeah, he got a solid run through the S's, and Raymond was just not able to take advantage of the mistake. Matt Zepka almost threw it away, but was able to keep it on track and not lose that position.
No, definitely. Great drive. Lots of nice battles that we've seen. And in the end, Wojciech Swiatovic wins the race.
Yeah, you know, one thing about the greats, Pim, is when it's all on the line and you need to step it up, the great ones always step it up. And Wojciech showed today that he's letting the rest of the field know that he is the top dog. So congratulations to Wojciech for a dominant race. I'm a little surprised. I really thought Micah was going to be able to give him a solid run, and Wojciech was able to pull away from the start and just keep opening up that gap.
There was that one moment where Micah Hendricks came closer, but it wasn't enough. And then, yeah, it's immediately Wojciech Swiatovic who just finished it off. 9.6 seconds from Micah Hendricks. Congratulations, Wojciech Swiatovic, with this race result. Logan McKenzie, of course, third position. I would like to say he's always there, and he's there again. Francois Schenk, James Carr, Connor Acetella, Matt Zepka, Raymond Choi, Edward Gorman. Congratulations on that 9th place. And then Jerome Bogelas, hold on to number 10. What a race.
Yeah, we only got one race left, Pim. This season is almost over. We got one more week. The great thing is we're going to have a sprint challenge, so we're going to have 2 opportunities to score points. They're going to reverse the field, which is going to make that feature much more interesting, yeah, with the championship being on the line coming to the last race.
That's going to be very, very exciting. I'm curious if we can talk to Micah and just he needs to make Wojciech completely crazy and see if that works. But someone who doesn't get crazy from all the racing is, of course, Logan McKenzie. Logan, welcome to the booth. How was your race? A little bit boring?
Yeah, but I was kind of expecting that, to be honest. After qualifying and practice what I had seen, it didn't seem like Francois had the pace to keep up with us. And, I mean, you saw what the pace between me and Micah and Waj was like. It was just very difficult track. I wouldn't call it boring because you are fighting this track just as much as you're fighting the people around you. So I'm glad it's over. My wrists are pretty sore now.
I can see that happening. Yeah, because you were really close to Wojciech Swiatovic and Micah Hendricks. We were comparing your times, and it wasn't that much. Where did you lose them on the moment?
I think it's just this kind of track. There's so many back and forth S-curve corners, really putting heavy load on the front tires. And the Elantra, just over 60 minutes, you can't control the tire temps as well as the Honda. So, I mean, I wasn't faster than them to begin with, but I struggled to keep up with them lap time wise because I just couldn't keep the tires in the window like they could.
No, exactly. And then it's going to be annoying to see them like 2.3 seconds away, but you just couldn't get any closer. And then you just solidly finished with that race. You'd still have that battle with Francois Schenk for third position, but you solidified it quite well over here. Someone else who had a battle basically for the championship and in this race was Matt Zepka, together with Raymond Choi. Matt Zepka, how was your race?
It was good. I just wanted to finish, after my luck earlier this season. So I caught the end of what Bot was saying with you're racing the track as much as the car and as much as the other people, and it's a workout, man. It's just nonstop left, right.
Yeah, well, is it? What is the comparison with Zandvoort? Is that working for you, Matt?
A little bit.
A little bit, or is this one a little bit more challenging? Because I can see going off here can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, at the top of that, like the reverse corkscrew where you go like left, right, uphill. You can't see anything in these cars. Like the dash just covers everything. So you're going over that blind, and so I got one over that. I think 7 times.
Well,
It seemed to be a common theme tonight. A lot of guys going off there. I also noticed that you had quite the Code Brown moment in the same spot on the last lap. Almost threw it away. What were you thinking in that moment?
I really just like not again. And then I was also thinking like at least I'm not at a drive-through, right? Like that's my big worry.
Well, someone else that we haven't spoken yet, and I'm really curious. What was his tactic when we started? Micah Hendricks, welcome to the booth. How was your race? And let's go to those first few laps. Wojciech is just showing us immediately qualifying pace, but then you get closer. What was going through your mind? Did you want to make an attack? Or what was your plan?
Yeah, that was my plan. I last week at Zandvoort, like I said, I kind of tried a little bit more aggressive approach, so I was pushing hard the first few. Then I had a pretty good bobble, lost about 4/10, and then I got that back down to about half a second, and then I ended up hitting the wall and picked up damage, and that was pretty much the race at that point. I forget, it was like lap 20 or something.
Yeah, that's really too bad. We saw it happening, and Wojciech was just too fast. He's really getting every qualifying lap. I think his last lap was still his quickest one up there. He's not slagging off. But you did a great job in trying to hold it. And I think there is still a chance, mathematically at least, to win the championship. But then I have to look to Logan. Logan, what are the scores? And can you tell us a little bit about it? Or haven't you worked it out yet?
Well, I got to tell you, next week being a sprint challenge is going to make this a bit more complicated for Waj than I think he would like it to be. He's going to go into this race with about a 25, best case scenario, 25-point margin over Micah. That is, you've got 3 points between positions, so you're essentially talking 9 positions. So Micah has to beat him by 9 positions.
And Micah, did you remember Fuji? Do you remember what happened to Wojciech over there?
Oh yeah, I remember Fuji. That's kind of my only hope right now because I was really hoping to be able to get him today. I had a whiff a couple laps, but just not close enough to make anything substantial. But no, the last race being a sprint and not being able to drop it, it really does kind of keep some hopes alive because unfortunately it's just not been able to keep up in the second half of the race.
Well, you have a whole week. You have a whole week to find the rhythm over there and to see what you can do. I'm really looking forward to that race, especially the sprint races. They're always spectacular, and then the reverse grid. It's going to be exciting. Logan, what do you have to look out for? Because I think that third spot is really solidified right now, or not?
Yeah, I just need to keep it clean, race smart, and I think over the course of the season, I've had the better of Francois, but there have been a couple times this year where he's been just faster. Fuji, for example, he kind of just drove away from me. So with the lead I have, I just have to manage my race and finish.
Yeah, that's. I think the same thing for Matt. Matt, you are pretty much on that. I think it's 6th position in the championship. That's going to be it or not?
If that is it, I'm fine with that. I think it's about where I am pace-wise this season. So.
Yeah, no, it's such a tough field. I am wondering if what would happen if we would drive over here, but maybe that's for a different season. I want to thank you guys all for coming here to the booth, and let's go one more time by. Logan, any shout outs from you?
Yeah, shout out to James D. Carr. He had an incident early in the race. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but he had to pit. I think
we saw him pit. Yeah, we saw him pit. That's what we saw.
Yeah, I think he was 20 or 21 minutes into the race. He was 2 or 3 laps before the pit window.
I think he was at 19 minutes.
He fuel saved, and drove fast enough to get ahead of some cars and finish 6th, or 5th, sorry. One of the most impressive drives of the year.
Well, that was a great drive. I do have to say, I'm glad to see the Slug back. He is the hard charger, immediately coming back hard. So also great to hear from him. But yeah, no, awesome drives. Matt, any shout outs for you?
As usual, shout out to you. Shout out to Woj for winning. Shout out to Micah. Shout out to Raymond. Shout out to Bot. I don't know if I said that. I'm kind of out of it. Shout out to Slug. Good to see him back.
Yeah, that was great to see. And Matt and Logan, you probably have to go back into some discussion rooms to actually see what happens in Monza, because we still haven't got an incident report. I'm just saying.
Oh, we never raced in Monza.
I don't remember. I don't remember that race.
That is a good one. Well, let's go to not our winner. I think our winner is already taking care of his wife, being a driver over there. But we do have Micah Hendricks. Micah, any shout outs from you?
Again, just a shout out to you guys, keeping all the broadcasts real interesting. Love watching them afterwards, and kind of looking forward to some of the race moments. And you guys do a great job announcing it.
Awesome.
You know, shout out to Woj for just knocking down laps. Just too consistent.
Too consistent.
And
Yeah,
also shout out to this whole SIA team. I think that we have that team championship pretty well wrapped. So really fun to be a part of that this season.
Yeah, there is nobody who can get closer. I do think there's a fight still going on with Yellow Flag and Breakfast for Dinner. So that will be also one of the things that we're going to watch in our last race. It is all coming to that last race. I want to thank everybody from watching. Charlie, do you have any last words?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say congrats to Wojciech for the win. Congrats to Eric Statzer for the Delta win. I also wanted to say thank you to the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to give us our freedoms as we honor them on Memorial Day. Thank you. And next week we're going to Barber, and that's going to be pretty awesome. That's a great racetrack, so really looking forward to that.
Well, Charlie, that are awesome words, and I think I'm just going to agree with you and follow on that one. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.